Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking all about the products you need that are $10 and under. So recently I did a $6 and under video just like this. I think it was about a week or 2 weeks ago. If you have not seen it, I will link it down below in the description box and also up here in an info card, so if you want to watch that. But make sure to watch this one first, or make sure to come back to this one because we've got a lot of good things here. If you guys are new here, hi, I'm Kendra. I post 3 beauty/lifestyle videos a week, and you should definitely hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you guys join the family. We got a lot of great products to talk about, so I think we should just get right on into it. So I did that video, and there are things I might have forgotten. So there might be 1 or 2 things in here that are actually $6 and under, but I just forgot to include them in that video. But a majority of this is between like the $6 to $10 range. So yeah. I've got a lot of things to talk about, so I'm gonna try and organize them in a way that kind of makes sense. Like, you know, when it comes to like the steps that you apply makeup, I guess. But again, makeup is all for fun. There are no rules, so do whatever you want when it comes to steps, actually. Also, if you're new here and you did not know, I am cruelty-free, so all these products are cruelty-free, so I'm sure there are a lot of great non-cruelty-free items under $10 that you might love, but I personally won't be including them. I do not test them. I choose not to buy them because I do not buy makeup that is tested on animals. So let's get on into it before we blab too much. So this is one of the items that I forgot to include in my previous video, and this is the Wet n Wild Dewy Primer. This is an amazing primer if you are looking for a really glowy pearlescent primer, but you don't want to spend $38 on the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. I love the Becca Backlight Priming Filter, but this is so good. This is almost just as good. Like, I still prefer the Becca one because it does have a amazing scent to it, and it's super subtle, so it's not too strong. And I can't even tell if this one smells like anything. I think it just smells like kind of a little chemically, but it's really gorgeous. It's super pearly. It's maybe slightly less glowy than the Becca one, but it is still really amazing. So if you're looking for a super glowy primer and you don't want to spend your coin, I highly recommend this. It is $4.99, so it is something I forgot to include in my last video, but I needed to include it to those of you who want a glowy primer. Okay, the next product is also by Wet n Wild, and it is the Wet n Wild Mega Cushion Foundation. I also do want to mention the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. I actually decluttered them because for my skin type, they are not amazing. I have super dry skin, and it is kind of more of a really watery matte foundation, so I just didn't use it very much, but when I did use it, it lasts all day, and it's really great coverage. You can really go from light to almost full. You really have a lot of range to work with, so I highly recommend that if you're in the market for something like that. But if you are in the market for something more like this, which is a more glowy, lightweight, not as long wearing, but still looks really great on the skin, this is the Cushion Foundation, and it has SPF 15. I'm gonna pull up the exact price here. It is $8.99 at Ulta, and you know prices sometimes differ, but $8.99 is probably the average price of this. And it comes in a compact with a mirror. You open it up, you got your product in the cushion there. They have not a ton of shades, but I will say this is pretty light coverage, so it's not something that needs to be perfect to your skin tone. Like this one is Cream Ivory, which is apparently light/medium warm 107A, and I feel like it's not my perfect shade, but it looks pretty dark in the pan, but it does look pretty decent on my face. So I wanted to throw that out there for those of you who are looking for something like that. Some of my holy grail products I'm about to mention, and like, yes, these are the Revolution Conceal and Define Concealers. Now, if you didn't know, they used to be called Makeup Revolution, but they recently changed their name to just Revolution. I'm gonna look up the exact price. I believe it is $7. Yep, $7 at Ulta. I use the shades C3 to brighten and C5 to cover blemishes. Now you may be thinking, if you are a longtime subscriber or if you know anything about me, that you're like, Kendra, I thought your favorite concealer was the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. You're right, it is still my favorite concealer for directly under my eyes, but for anything else, these are my favorite. So on a day-to-day basis, I put the Wet n Wild concealer directly under my eye, and then I use the shade C3 to highlight and stuff like that. These are amazing concealers. They are about medium coverage. You could maybe get to about full coverage with these. I love these. They have a huge shade range and they're $7. This is my second tube of C3. That's how much I love it. I honestly love it. I wonder if I could find any other descriptive names other than I love it. This is another product I forgot to mention in my $6 and under makeup video, and that is the e.l.f. Warm Bronzer. It comes in a compact like this. It has a really awesome mirror in it, and then you get the product. This one I kind of stray away from because it is more of a highlighter, but what I do is use mostly the top two and a little bit of this more cool toned, deeper brown, and this gives the most gorgeous freaking J-Lo, stepped off the beach, like gorgeous glow to your face, and also really, really, really warm, beautiful, sun-kissed look to this bronzer. I actually found out about this bronzer through my gorgeous friend here on YouTube, Anna. If you guys have seen, we actually did a collab video back in April, and we did a collab before that. She's amazing, but anyway, she loves this bronzer, and that's how I found out about it. So I highly recommend this. I know she highly recommends this. It is a gorgeous bronzer for light to medium skin tones. I'm not sure if they have one that's more targeted towards dark to deep, but if you are light to medium, this is a really great bronzer if you want a glowy, gorgeous bronze. The next bronzer is the ColourPop bronzers. Now these are, I really wanted to mention these in my last video until I realized they are a little too expensive for the $6 and under tag. So these are $8 if you buy it in the compact, and if you buy just the pan, I think they charge you only $7. So if you like things in a big magnetic palette, you can just buy just the pan and add it to your magnetic palette. I kind of prefer more compact palettes like this because big palettes tend to clutter up my makeup space. Anyways, this is one of my all-time favorite bronzers when it comes to formula and color. It honestly is just so gorgeous on the face. These are the perfect amount of pigment. They don't apply too heavily, they don't apply patchy, they blend out like a dream, and they last all day. I happen to love this one the most, but there is, I think, like at least 6 different shades. There are 2 that are glowy, and then the rest are matte. Like this is a matte bronzer. So if you have light skin tones to medium, I think you would really like California Dreamin'. And if you have deep to dark, they have more darker shades that would suit your skin tone a little bit better. But this is one of my favorite bronzers. I know I've raved about it a bunch, so if you've been around on my channel for like a year now, because I think these came out about a year ago, then you would know. But if you haven't, and you haven't tried these, you need to. One more ColourPop pressed powder product. That's pressed powder. Yes, powder product. That is this blush in the shade Main Chick. This is one of my all-time favorite blushes. I love the color, that hot coral with that super warm orangey undertone. It is so stunning. I reach for this so much. What I will say is these are like 10 times more pigmented than the bronzers. So if you're used to working with the bronzers but you've never tried these, or if you've never tried any of ColourPop pressed powder products, definitely go in with a very light hand, and when you dab your brush in it, like tap almost all of it off. Trust me. Tap almost all of it off and then go into blending it out on your face. That is how pigmented it is, but it is so gorgeous. It blends out super easily, but you can get a little bit of the clown cheek if you go in too heavy. I love this color. They have tons of shades. They have cool tone pinks, they have hot berry pinks, they have like deeper berry red, they have just everything, and I highly recommend them. This happens to be one of my favorites though, and it's one of my favorites of all time, let alone ColourPop blushes. So this is a great blush to pick up, and I love this color so much, and you can't go wrong, in my opinion. The next product is also a blush, and it is the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. This is another product where if you've been around my channel for a long time, for over a year, you would have seen me use this plenty of times. This is one of my favorite blushes ever. There's something I say about it, and I say it every single time, and it is that it makes your cheeks look so healthy. And I can't really describe it other than that. Like, you put this on your cheeks and you look healthy and glowy and gorgeous and like so fresh. And that is what I love about it so much. It gives you that youthful, healthy look, and I don't know, I have so many other blushes I love, and I have a few more blushes I love a little bit more than this, but none of those blushes do the same thing that this does, and so I just I don't know. At most stores, this is $8.99, I believe, so it is definitely under that $10 price range. What I've noticed is that if you go into Walgreens or Rite Aid, sometimes those prices are cheaper than like Ulta or Target. I don't know why, I don't get it, but either way, it is definitely under $10, and this is just, if you have not tried it yet, you need to. I don't know what they put in this. Like an amazing youth serum. I wish I could tell you, but it is that right there. I really can't say anything else than things I've already said. It is that amazing. So if you have not tried it, you have to, like, please trust me, you have to try it. I didn't have like a ton of highlighters that I'm obsessed with that are under, or $10 or under. I do really like the Wet n Wild highlighters, but not enough for me to say like you absolutely need them. The ones that I love that are under $10 that I think you absolutely need are the ColourPop Super Shock shadows. The two I have in front of, not shadows, Super Shock highlighters. Super Shock Cheek in highlighter form. The two that I have are Thimble. This is a newer release. It's definitely more of a golden shade here for fair skin tones. And then I also have On the Cusp, which is from the new Kathleen Lights Zodiac collection with them. And it is more of like a light champagne shade for light to, you know, fair to medium kind of skin tones. These give you the most gorgeous, glowy, like look. They never look streaky, they never look chunky, they never emphasize your texture. They look like they're one with your skin. I'm actually wearing a different highlighter, but I actually also mix these two and put them on top of my cheekbones and a little bit down my nose. So that super like gorgeous glossy glow you see, that's like all from these. They just look so glossy and glowy. They never look metallic unless you are wearing a shade that's like way too light for your skin tone. But even then, it still just looks super glossy and glowy, and it can look very intense, but at the same time, it can also look like one with your skin, which is why I love it so much. Another product I'm kind of lacking when it comes to $10 and under are eyeshadow palettes. I did mention, I think only one in my $6 and under, and that is the Wet n Wild 10 pan eyeshadows, because those are $5. I love those so much. Wet n Wild has such an amazing formula when it comes to the drugstore. The other ones are the e.l.f. Mad for Matte palettes. Now, I do not have the Mad for Matte 1. I heard it's good, but not amazing. What is amazing is the Mad for Matte 2. I have used this a couple of times on my channel, I believe. It is such an amazing, like, day-to-day standout matte palette. Like, if you just want an easy matte look, if you're a neutral girl, if you like a little bit of warmth but still more on the neutral side, like, you have to try this. And then the other one I've also used at least once on my channel is the Mad for Matte Holy Smokes, and this has just got some cool tone shades and some blues in here, which I actually love. I think like literally a year ago I did like a blue drugstore eye look, like an easy blue eyeshadow look, I think, and I used this, and then I used a ColourPop Super Shock shadow on the lid, I believe. I could be wrong, but I think that's what I did. These are really awesome. They're really pigmented, but not too pigmented, and they're pretty easy to work with in regards to the formula. Are they as good as like some other eyeshadows I've used? No, but they're $10 and they're amazing to add to your collection. I don't love a lot of e.l.f.'s other eyeshadows. I've actually had pretty bad experiences with some of the other eyeshadows, but these two have treated me really, really, really well. So if you have not picked these up yet and you think that, you know, these would be a good addition to your collection, go buy them, because they're worth it, in my opinion. For sure they're worth it. I have two lipstick products and they're from the same company, and I apologize, but lipstick is also another thing that I'm kind of lacking in when it comes to drugstore formula in regards to the $6 to $10 price range. And the two that I have in front of me are ColourPop Ultra Satin Lip and ColourPop Luxe Lip. The one I'm wearing on my lip right now, lips. This is called Maxed Out. This is a matte ColourPop Luxe Lip. They have the satin formula as well, which I also love. I just prefer the matte because they're a little bit more long wearing and a little bit more transfer proof, I guess. Like, only a little bit came off. Can you see that? And then when it comes to the ColourPop Ultra Satin Lip, these are like everything I could ever ask for. They almost look matte on your lips, but you don't have to worry, you don't have to deal with that matte liquid lipstick dryness. They are always pretty hydrating and they last a very long time. This happens to be from the ColourPop times Kathleen Lights Dream State collection, and this is the shade Rev, I don't know how to pronounce it, it's French, but it means to dream, I think, in French, and it's this gorgeous bright orange red. I've worn this tons of times. These are my go-to, these are some of my go-to lip products in general. Like I totally reach for ColourPop lip products on a day-to-day basis. It's like ColourPop, the Too Faced Matte Peachy Lipsticks, and Kylie Cosmetics. Those are like the lip products I reach for on a day-to-day basis, so these are awesome. This is $7. I think they're both $7. Nope. ColourPop satin lips are $6.50, but the Luxe lipsticks are $7. They're both amazing. You need them. That's all I'm gonna say. The next product I want to talk about is the Milani Make It Last. I'm actually running really low and I need to pick up a new one, but this is, I believe it's $8.99. Let's double check. Depending on the store, it is anywhere from $8.99 to $10. This, I don't feel like it's as amazing as what I always hear about when it comes to like the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, but I feel like this is pretty dang close. It does make my makeup last pretty long. Do I feel like it's revolutionary? No, not really, but I also feel like it helps my powders look less powdery on my face, which is really awesome because nobody wants their makeup to look super powdery. So I love this. It's something I go to every single day when I need long lasting makeup, and it's something I continue to repurchase. So I feel like that's a good enough sign, you know? And it's like it's just a little bit not as good as the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, but it's like a third of the price, so you're saving like 20 bucks. I don't know. I really do want to buy the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, but when it comes to that, I'm just like, I don't want to spend $30 when I already have one. You know what I mean? I don't know. Okay, the next thing I want to mention is the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, cucumber, and green tea. Now, I actually have 2 of the 3 sizes. There's one in between this that is $7. This is $5, and this one's $12. So kind of disregard this one, but I brought it to show you the difference. I used to buy the $7 one until they came out with the $12 one, and now I buy the $12 one because it lasts me so much longer and it's more bang for your buck. But like this little travel size is $5. I bring this with me everywhere I travel, no matter what. I always use this on a day-to-day basis. I have very dry skin, so I want to add any extra hydration I can, especially after I've applied powders that dry out my face. Is this going to make your makeup last longer? No, absolutely not. But it does make your makeup set like into place, and it does help your makeup not look powdery, kind of like this, although this is a long-lasting setting spray, whereas this is more of a let's make your makeup look better setting spray. So I use this when it comes to setting my face. I use this if I just need a refresher. Sometimes I like go up to Sam, my husband, and I'm just like, refresher, and spray some on him, and he loves it too. It feels so good. It smells amazing. It's got aloe vera in it, which I love. Sometimes I use this to wet my brush when I'm working with eyeshadows that I want to be super pigmented, because it is just, that's how much I love it. The last thing I wanted to mention, I should have mentioned at the beginning, but I forgot. This is the Physicians Formula Refresh Mint Cucumber and Bamboo Eye Depuffer. It is super similar to the Milk Makeup cooling water, which I do love, but I didn't repurchase it because mine actually dried out faster than I could use it. This is $8.99 and it feels so good. I can't use it right now because I got makeup on, but it feels so good under your eyes. It really does hydrate and it really does depuff, and it feels amazing. It's something you could keep in your fridge if you wanted to, and then when you're ready, pull it out and put it under your eyes, and it would feel so amazing. You could even put like a little bit on your forehead or your cheeks, wherever you get puffy. Is this like a necessity for your collection? No, but if you don't have anything that kind of depuffs your eyes, or if you want just like a little bit of a refresher in the morning, this isn't that expensive, and it's kind of fun to add to your collection and do every morning, and it just feels amazing. So okay guys, so those are all of my products. Those are all the products that you should have in your collection under $10. I feel like I did have a lot in this video, but it is something I want to do like twice a year, like these videos, because there's so much coming out at the drugstore that is affordable. There's so much that I want to test. So I feel like in about 6 months, I should have a few more products to talk about, and I love that because I love affordable products. Thanks for tuning in today, guys. I love you so very much. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, and leave me some comments down below. Let me know if you have any favorites that are $10 or under that I did not mention, because I need to expand my $10 and under world as well. I'm gonna let you guys go though. Don't forget to check out my social medias if you'd like. I love you so very much. Have a great morning, noon, evening, day, night, whenever it happens to be that you're watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.